So Cam Newton on a Monday night gets hit in the head. They don't call a flag on him. He drops the football in Trent Murphy's lap after the hit and tosses it, pushes it, whatever, and he gets flagged for it. Dean Blandino, the official, the head of officiating,
poor Dean,
says that it actually was the correct call. Here was Blandino. How can officials get anything right when that is the explanation from their boss on what to do?
Harder than Chinese arithmetic, right there.
To clarify, you
confused.
almost always hit anybody with a 15-yard flag if they hit the quarterback in the head, except there is one word in the rule book that says forcible, so that they can make a judgment call if it's like a tap, if it's like a middle finger, or they just graze the helmet. There is the forcible, and they're going to say Trent Murphy wasn't forcible. Now, on that, I would disagree that it wasn't forcible, but even if it wasn't forcible, that is called a flag 99.999% of the time. This is the one time I've ever seen a cornerback this year, the last 5 years, not get the flag there. So this is the one time in 5 years that the ref said it wasn't forcible conduct.
Just bad karma, man. Ever since Cam dyed his little goatee, his little rat fur on his chin, it's been downhill, man.
Now, do I think that quarterbacks are overly protected? Yes. I think it's a joke how often we throw flags on it. But you can't just pick and choose the moment that suddenly you think the officiating's doing it right. And I see this, people saying, well, Cam Newton slid before or after Trent Murphy left his feet. Trent Murphy didn't mean to hit him in the head. That wasn't the intent. That doesn't matter. It's never about the intent. It's always about the result. Always.
Well, you can say the same thing about Drew Brees because he did get the flag, and I thought the defender was being blocked into him because he still had the offensive lineman pushing him at the same time. Wow.
Thank you.
Drew Brees. Man, you got to let me finish. Well, I like that, though, see? But now we're starting to come together. You know, I apologize for calling you EA.
Well, I appreciate that.
You don't have the goatee.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, you call the same thing for Drew Brees because that same play happened. But like I said, I thought the defender was being blocked into him, so that what made it forcible. But Drew Brees got the call.
On Sunday, if you missed this was in the Falcons and this was in the Cardinals and Saints game, rather. Mm-hmm. The pocket breaks down. Drew Brees is sacked. He's being dragged down
from somebody else.
By a different defender. There's another defender that comes around the right side.
From his back.
And is kind of pushed into this kind of swarm of bodies. And it looks like maybe there's a shoulder or an elbow that hits Brees' helmet.
Drew Brees, because of the defender that was sacking him, the first defender that got there is kind of spinning him around. So before, the defender from the backside was actually about to hit Drew Brees in the back. But when he spent him around and his target was continuing to drop as he was going to the ground, he hit Drew Brees, and it was a big play, first down.
Basically lost the game for the Cardinals. Basically lost the game. Bruce Arians goes crazy.
Cam just needs to become a 6-foot white quarterback, and he can get that call.
Well,
yeah, I said it.
My point is that's always a flag if in the pocket there's any contact whatsoever with the helmet. Always.
Not for big white guys and not for big black guys. Russell Wilson, yes. Ben Roethlisberger, they wouldn't call that on Ben neither. Ben gets those all the time.
Gets dinged to the helmet, no flag.
Yeah, and Cam Newton.
Well, how about diving at the knee of Ryan Tannehill?
If it was a pocket quarterback, protection.
I just think it's all over the place. All over the place all of the time. Because Ryan Tannehill is a stationary quarterback. Dive at his knee, rip his ACL or whatever, extend his ACL, doesn't matter, no flag. Cam Newton slides.
Nobody gives Ryan Tannehill love.
But it shouldn't be about what your stature is as a quarterback.
Don't think for a second that the referees don't know who's standing back there. Come on, man. Let's use common sense.
It shouldn't be, right?
Let's use common sense. Did Michael Jordan push off?
Of course.
Okay. Did they call it?
No.
If that was Kobe, do they call it?
No.
Kyle Lowry.
Maybe.
Yes, my point. So it matters. It matters, and that's just the human part of the game.
But if you're going to go by that, then Cam should be protected. He's an MVP. He's one of the best quarterbacks of the game. Roethlisberger should be protected. One of the best quarterbacks of the game.
Cam top 5?
Well, not this year.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, okay, but Roethlisberger.
But he's known. But also the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. Because he gets the benefit of the doubt. They don't blow the whistle as long, so he gets some of these falling to the ground hook shots that turn to big plays because they're so used to seeing him doing it. It's just no different from watching Gotti when he used to fight. He got the benefit of a doubt because Gotti had the propensity or he usually came back or found a way to come back where other fighters would have been stopped. That's the human part of it.
All right, so you don't mind that Cam and Roethlisberger are judged differently by the officials?
Of course I do, but I'm just telling you, listen. Tell me the rules of the game and I'll learn how to play it. I understand it.
Well, that's the problem here. What are the rules of 15 yards on quarterbacks?
You're asking people to interpret the rules. It's not black and white.
Totally.
It's a gray area. So now you got a gray area. Some people see things differently than others.
I think this was also the problem in taunting. I mean, if that's not a 15-yarder, fine. I'd rather see the game officiated that way. But you can't drop the football next to a guy that you just got hit by, or that's 15 yards.
How is 2 twerks good, 3 twerks a penalty?
Antonio Brown is going to get flagged for 15 yards for popping his butt. You've got Ezekiel Elliott that's getting 15 yards for jumping into a Salvation Army kettle. Like, this is where the NFL drives me insane. Those are 15 yards.
That's stupid. I mean, all the time. Listen, they're hypocrites, man. I mean, listen, you the fan, I say you the fan because you didn't play. You get upset about it. We understand it. We know what it is.
Well, it's aggravating.
Yeah, it's aggravating. But
it's got to be aggravating to you guys considering
Absolutely.
Your livelihoods are dictated by a totally sliding set of stupid rules.
Man, I remember I got fined a serious probably about $15,000, $20,000 because my kneecaps were showing. I say, man, you think I give a damn about my kneecaps when I'm out here playing football, picking my damn socks up? Killing me. And guess who was in charge of it? Merton Hanks. Like, bro, you was the biggest violator in the history of football, but now you want to come over here and hate.